Khamzat Chimaev offered himself to fight for these vacant light heavyweight belts a few years ago. Remember when Jiří Procházka beat Glover Teixeira for the belt in round number 5 in a crazy comeback? The 91st greatest comeback of all time. I would say it's got to be higher than that. A top 10 greatest fight of all time on Tapology. Best submission of the year. Best fight of the year for 2024. It was amazing. It was an absolute, utter banger in the UFC light heavyweight division. Probably in the top 5 for light heavyweight fights. Well, after that, Jiří Procházka versus Glover Teixeira was scheduled for the UFC light heavyweight golds when Blachowicz versus Ankalaev ended up taking that place for the vacant belt. Jiří had the shoulder injury and he just straight up vacated that belt. And Glover was sitting there like, I don't want a new opponent. I'd rather just reschedule it later on or have some more time for me to prepare for Magomed Ankalaev. Instead, the UFC gave that main event spot for the vacant belt on short notice to Magomed Ankalaev versus Jan Blachowicz. And ladies and gentlemen, this fight card, which was kind of stacked if we look at it, with Topuria, Duplessis, Ponzinibbio, Rosenstruck, Chris Curtis, Billy Q. I mean, this was an amazing UFC 282 card. But what in the world would have happened if Khamzat Chimaev got his wish? Because he actually said that he offered the UFC. He said, I'll step up on short notice and take on Glover Teixeira for the vacant light heavyweight belt. I mean, come on. Glover Teixeira versus Khamzat Chimaev for the vacant light heavyweight belt would be absolutely madness to happen in the light heavyweight division, because at that time, the man hadn't even fought Kevin Holland yet. I mean, it was before the Kevin Holland fight. When this all happened, it was, or was it after? It was right before. It was right after the Kevin Holland fight that this happened. So, it was right after the Gilbert Burns close decision. He beat Kevin Holland, and then he was trying to go out there and take on Glover Teixeira for the vacant belt, which would have been absolutely insane. Now, oh my gosh, that's some bad grammar right there. Who would I have gone with to win the fight? Khamzat Chimaev or Glover Teixeira at UFC 282? Well, we saw Glover in the fight after that was taken down and brutalized on the ground by Jamal Hill. Not even that good of a wrestler or grappler. Ground and pounded a lot, outstruck on the feet and kind of destroyed. But there is that size advantage for Glover. There is the fact that he does have better jiu-jitsu than Khamzat Chimaev. Khamzat is a very good wrestler and a very good grappler, but his submission game isn't on Glover's level, in my opinion. I do believe Glover would actually use his size advantage on Khamzat Chimaev, and I actually believe they strike on the feet very, very evenly. I think they strike on the feet very, very evenly, land similar shots, and I think Glover would be able to land those takedowns on Khamzat Chimaev, control him on the ground a little bit, keep the striking really even, and I would have gone a Glover Teixeira 48-47 decision, although, surprisingly enough, I actually think it would have been a decently close fight. In the light heavyweight division, what do y'all think about Khamzat saying he offered a fight for a title 2 weight classes above him on short notice against Glover? Oh my gosh, put your thoughts down below.